All right, everybody, we are back for week 26. Appreciate everybody that watched last week's video. To start us off, we have the Lexus IS 250. This vehicle got done way before I started doing YouTube videos, and has that Kicker 800.1. He brought it in because he wanted to add a little bit more. So he said, what can I do to have it hit with Spanish music a little bit more? So I recommended him getting the Audio Control Epicenter. We're gonna be throwing that in there very shortly. And then also outside right now, we have a Cadillac waiting to get his Q screen replaced. So right now, you could tell like the glue and all that is cracking from the original screen. And whenever he touches a button or anything like that, this whole screen just goes insane. So we're gonna also replace that. That one I might throw on the Meta glasses, just because that one I have to be super, like super tedious with everything. That way everything comes out working fine, because to put it back in the Cadillac and then take it back out again is a pain. And I'd rather just have everything get done right the first time, as we usually do here. So we're gonna get going on that right now. Right now I'm gonna get the Epicenter thrown in here real quick, and then we're gonna give you guys like a test sound, and then I'll get started on that Caddy. So appreciate everybody that watched last week's video, and hopefully this week is a good one as well. All right, y'all, we got the Lexus all done with the Epicenter all installed. I hope y'all will be able to see it right there. So right here, this is without Epicenter. Still hits, but now with Epicenter. So as most of y'all who are subscribed to us or who have done several jobs with us, I know it's pretty straightforward on what Epicenter is used for, but we mostly put it in for people who like to listen to a lot of Spanish music, banda, corridos. There's some corridos that already have a lot of bass to it, so sometimes it's not needed, but sometimes you just want that little extra bass that you can get out of that certain song. So that's why we always promote it, I guess, or like try to sell it. And also I didn't know this when I first started, but then when I started noticing, like listening to different types of music, even rock or country, sometimes those need a little bit more bass as well, so that's what people also use them for. But yeah, that's pretty much what he wanted it for. He wanted it for Spanish music, to get that little extra kick out of his system that we installed a while ago. That Audio Control Epicenter, we have for $250, and that's installed already, since I already did install his system a while ago. So he was pretty happy about the price, and I was able to get him in fairly quickly. So that's it for this one. I'm gonna pull around the Cadillac right now and get going on that as well. All right, we got the Cadillac Escalade all brought back here around the back to the shop. So if y'all can notice, let me turn it on, maybe they'll be able to notice better. But right there in that corner is where the screen just gets completely, like, the glue just like starts coming off of it, and yeah, you can tell how bad that is. This is known as the Q screen. Look, you touch right here, still nothing. So right now I'm gonna have to take out the entire stereo and take it apart essentially to get to the motherboard of it and replace this entire piece right here, which not a lot of shops do around here. The first one I ever did was maybe when I was about like 2 years into installing, I believe, and I just remember it was a pain in the butt. It was a lot of, you're anxious most of the time when you're doing it, because one little small screw up and there goes the entire thing. So that's why I always tell the customers, leave it, drop it off, leave it with me pretty much all day until I give you a call that it's done. Most customers don't ever have an issue with that. The Jeeps, Chryslers, and Dodge and all those other vehicles, they're a lot easier to do. Not crazy easy, but compared to this one, a lot easier. So that's why we charge what we charge with this one. This one is running him about $780 with the screen and me installing it, because like I said, it's very tedious work that you have to do. One small mistake and everything else will just go to complete crap. So I'm gonna get going on this right now, get it all taken apart, and I will show you guys what it looks like taken apart. All right, we finally got the screen all out. All right, now what's gonna take place is pretty much taking apart everything back here, right here as well. As y'all can see, right here is where the glue kind of gets taken apart by itself. So let's go take a look at everything that was taken apart. All these side panels, pretty much everything right here, all taken apart. So right now I'm gonna get going on putting the new screen in there and keep y'all updated. Alrighty, we got the Cadillac Q screen all replaced. Look at that thing, so much more cleaner and very good install. This is that old one right here. Y'all can see this right here is what was causing issues. So what happens when something's causing issues like this? Gotta take it out. So right now, get everything back installed, get the stereo put in there, and then test everything, make sure everything's rolling good, and I will show you guys how it looks. All right, we got the stereo all back in there. Functions still work.
Straighter.
Perfect. So right now, we also just had a customer drop off her 2006 Nissan Armada. That one's gonna be a 12-inch Boss Audio stereo, dash kit, wire harness, adapter for the steering wheel controls, and reverse camera. So we're gonna get going on that. We had to special order that dash kit for her because we didn't have it in stock. It's a good thing our distributors out in Seattle had it. So right now I'm gonna pull that one around, get that one all taken apart, get everything thrown in there, and then show you guys how everything looks when it's all done. And that Nissan Armada, she said it got passed down to her from her, it was either her grandmother or her mom. It's a 2006. I think it only has, like, she said it only had like 60,000 miles on it. Perfectly, like, in great condition, in mint condition. So right now I'm gonna show you guys that and then get that going as well. Alrighty, we are in the Nissan Armada right now. Like I said, look at that, 68,717 miles for 2006. This thing is in very well condition. Looks like it's never been even taken apart, which sometimes is good for us, sometimes is bad, because sometimes these older vehicles, especially Nissans, have like a tendency where their plastics are super fragile, which gets kind of annoying. But you know, we still do our best to make sure no plastics break and all that. Most of the time, like 100% of the time, they don't, but there's always that one car that gives you a little bit of issues. So I'm not saying that this one will be, but we never know until we get into it. So right now we will be replacing this stock look with that aftermarket 12-inch floating screen. It's going to be the Boss Audio, and then also we're going to be doing the reverse camera that goes on the border of the license plate, which is actually a lot better. I thought the license plate went right here. It actually goes down there, so that makes my job a little easier as well. Honestly, I like going underneath the vehicles and running that wire, other than having to take apart the whole trunk and put that license plate on there. So I'm gonna get going on that, give you all updates. Alrighty, we got the stereo screen in and the reverse camera in as well. Got that right there as well. Nice little 12-inch floating screen with the dash kit, making everything still look original. AC controls, you're still able to see them right here on that panel. Steering wheel controls still working. That reverse cam. There we go. And that is going to conclude that install as well on the 2006 Nissan Armada. All right, everybody, we are back in the shop today. Customer that we fixed the screen on the Escalade was so excited about how his screen came out that he said to go ahead and throw in the L7 with the amp, epicenter, bass knob, and the whole wire kit. So right now we're gonna get the amp and the epicenter mounted up in this little compartment, and that box is gonna sit perfectly in this little space. That way he still has these two seats open. With the 30 hertz ground shaker box, this thing's gonna sound clean. Get going on that right now. All right, y'all, we just got the caddy all done. Still got to put the plastics on and rearrange a couple more wires, but let's take a look. I changed my mind. The amp's going underneath the seat right here. What's good, everybody? We are back in the shop today. It is Wednesday and it is a busy and blessed Wednesday. We got the F350, throw in the Boss Apple CarPlay stereo with the reverse camera. Right now everything's stock in the truck. And we also got the boat as well. We're gonna be changing out those 6.5s that it comes with all the way up in front, and the stereo as well. We're gonna be putting DS18s on all 4 speakers, and then we're also gonna be putting the Pioneer single din stereo. He did want the tower speakers, but that one we're gonna have to reschedule him. He wants the 2 DS18 6.5s or the 8s, and that's what we got going on right now. And then we also have a charger out there that is having issues with their audio, so we're also going to fix that as well. So right now we're gonna get going on these 2 things and I'll keep y'all updated. But this truck is very well taken care of. Only has 60,000 miles. I think it's like a 2000. Alrighty, we got the backup camera all on there, that nice looking chrome. Let's go take a look at the stereo real quick. Right Right here we had to trim it a little bit to get that nice flush finish. Looks super clean right there. Hit the reverse real quick. Come on. Look how clean that looks. So this one ran him. It was $250 the stereo, $250 the reverse camera, 45 the wire, 45 the dash kit, 25 the wire harness, and I believe the stereo was for $450. Can't remember how much exactly it came out to. I don't got my phone on me, so I can't calculate it, but yeah, this thing came out super nice, super clean. Has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth microphone for your phone calls. And the best part, the most important part for what he wanted it for, that backup cam. So that's gonna conclude the F350. And then also, I just got the boat done. Got the speakers in, the stereo in, got all that done. Was giving a little sound test, but noticed that something was definitely missing on that. So we're gonna go ahead and throw in the 4-channel DS18 amplifier as well to control those. I'm gonna get the wiring all the way back here from the battery all the way up to the front where there's a space to mount the amp. And just like on that other boat that we did, I'm gonna take this baby right here. So I'm gonna get going on that and give y'all an update on how it looks and sounds.
But I'm always right. I know how to shoot, and I know how to fight. I tell you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm real street.
She begging for attention, I don't see her. See, I be pop, I wish that you can see us. Me and catch us whenever I go real. I got some niggas in the street won't beat me. I got the industry trying to beat me. I just go Ray Charles, they can't see me. I'm in the Rolls Royce.
I did some wrong, but I'm always right. So I know how to shoot, and I know how to fight. I tell you once, I'll tell you twice.
What is up, everybody? We are back in the shop on a Saturday, also the day before we dropped the video, and we have this Ford F350 dually in the shop right now. Already has a Pioneer stereo, and this is the same owner of the Ford that we put the Boss stereo in and the reverse camera in. He was so happy with how that camera and the stereo turned out that he said, I got this dually for you, I want you to throw in the reverse camera on that one as well. But when he pulled up, I did see that it already has one on the license plate. So but when you throw it in reverse, no camera, no picture, no nothing like that. So he said, I don't care what you got to do, throw a new one on there, the exact same one that we threw on his other F350, and I want it to look exactly the same. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Take that one off, put on one of the license plate cameras that we have. We're either gonna go with chrome or black, whichever one I choose essentially, and we're gonna get this one going right now. So yep, we are here on a Saturday, and right now I'm just taking walk-ins, whatever comes in, so I will keep y'all updated. All right, everybody, that is gonna conclude week 26. Appreciate everybody that watched the videos. Got a couple exciting things. I'm gonna start putting more priority and more effort into the editing, because I kind of want to switch up the videos, because I do feel like everything's kind of like the same on how we're doing things. As far as like showing the full install, that's always going to be difficult because I don't have somebody that's here recording for me. I'm going to work on that to get that done. That way I can do more kind of like vlog type videos for you guys. But hopefully you guys are still entertained. I keep seeing our subscriber list go up, our likes, comments, and all that, so I appreciate all that as well. So yeah, next week is going to be a good one, so we will see you guys next week for week 27. Appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'll see y'all next week.